How's it going, everyone? Today I got a Call of the Dead gameplay. It's a lengthy video. Hopefully it all gets uploaded in one piece, but um, it's a large video, and I go through several rounds. I had the choice of splitting it up into uh, multiple segments of different parts, but I just wanted to do this all in one piece. And it's a gameplay with randoms on Call of the Dead. And I know a lot of you Xbox guys, this is old news, but because you have Shangri-La, the new map, I guess. But I played this game the other day, and I got pretty far, and so I figured I would upload it just because I hadn't given you any new thoughts or any additional that kind of thing as far as the zombies go and how it's changed. And I guess I could interject anything else that I've been thinking of as far as my channel goes, as far as the YouTube community goes, as far as how YouTube or how zombies are going to change, and that kind of thing. But as it says in the title, I do get to 30 plus, and two of the guys will leave at the throughout the game, and I try and section it off into different pieces of time within the game that I played, so it doesn't stretch for too long a period and doesn't get too boring and repetitive. So that was my whole intention of how I broke this video up, and I'm going to include a little bit of strategy within this, because a lot of people have the same kind of strategy within this, because there's the one kiting spot over by the 74U, and everyone seems to go there, and I like to think of myself as someone that doesn't do what everyone else does, because I like to have my own spot, and since I know everyone is going to go there as their first choice, and I'll show it to you as the video progresses, but that spot by the 74U right outside of this lighthouse right here is usually the training spot of choice. But I like to train them where in the beginning area, which is, I mean, it's similar, but as long as you have enough open space and you're allowed to like freely move anywhere you want, then that's the biggest thing. And knowing when to shoot the zombies and when not to shoot the zombies, and I'm pretty sure, hold on, I'm pretty sure it's been covered in some other video somewhere on the internet, but this is just how I go through it, and it seems to work out pretty easily with me. And as far as the perks goes and killing George goes, with 4 people it gets a little ridiculous with killing George. Once it gets down to 2 people, I think that's the ideal not to do it. If you're choosing the co-op route, if you're doing solo, then I don't know. Since it doesn't go on the leaderboards, I don't know why people do solo. Just because, and I think quick revive is pretty cheap too, so you get 3 extra lives as far as going down goes, and then it's just easier because you get less zombies and you have all the zombies to yourself, and I think that's easier compared to co-op where you get 4 times as many zombies. The rounds are so much longer, and you gotta work with trying to revive teammates, which is usually the main source of people losing in this game. So I guess this can be kind of a mixed strategy as far as co-op goes, because that's probably the main issue that people have is knowing when to revive people and when not to revive people. And I know when I get into lobbies, I can kind of know based on their first few rounds how they're going to be, and if they're going to be people that revive people or people that go down a lot, and that kind of thing, just because of how they play and how they like if they're going around night stealing your kills in the first few rounds, then you kind of know what it's going to be like. For some reason, I don't know. I just have that thing where I can kind of sense how people are going to be But I guess start off talking about how I maneuver this map. Like most other people do, I go get as much points in the beginning, and then I go right through the boat and go into the boat and turn on the power, and then move towards Juggernaut. The MPL is like the perfect gun for, I guess, up to round 9 or 10, because you can just hit fire and shoot them in the head, and the zombies will go down in two or three shots to the head, and that's ideal for getting as much points in the beginning, and saving your ammo as far as shooting them in the head. You can it's really easy because the crosshairs are really small when you steady aim them or whatever. So so yeah, get as much points as you can. I wouldn't recommend wasting your ammo, wasting your points on the box early on, because it's easy enough to kill the zombies with an SMG, probably up to around like where I'm at right now, 15 or 16. But as you can see, that's the order that I got my perks. But I think I'm gonna go down. I had 2 downs in this game. One is I think around that. I don't know, where the boat where the MP40 is. That's a danger zone. I get trapped there a lot. So I wouldn't recommend kiting there, but I do try to train the zombies sometimes around there. And it gets a little out of hand. Yeah, this is the spot where I like to train the zombies. Mainly because there's not a lot of guys around me. My teammates are all over there by the 74U, and I don't have to worry about them getting in my way or and that kind of thing. This guy was trying to do the glitch, and he was not doing very well. The Easter egg thing. Another good tip for getting points is a sickle, because I see the Galil is probably the best machine gun, because you don't get penalized for mobility as much as getting an LMG, but you still get a ton of ammo even when you upgrade it. It gets like 500 bullets or something. So once you get past 30, it starts. You got to start being creative with the ways you. Yeah. So I guess I cut out when I died, because I guess I have too much pride for that. But here I'm getting Juggernaut and all the perks again. And one of the guys already left.
Anything that makes me harder to kill. Okay, bye.
What was I talking about? Yeah, so towards around 30 or so, you start having to be a little more creative as far as how you're gonna kill the zombies, because you can loop them around and use a 74U, which I also like having the 74U, because that's beast in pretty much any round, but it'll just take more shots. You'll rack up a lot of points training around this area and then using the 74U, but you're not. The rounds are going to start taking 20 or so minutes with 2 people if you do that. And so if you want to kill them as fast as you can, I think I'll get down to where it starts showing it, and yeah, it gets pretty crazy. One of the guys starts having to use a VR11 upgrade, and you got to start. I don't know. It's complicated, and I really don't know. I think that the highest on PS3 right now is like 75, I believe, which is insane, because that would take anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, I think. I know my friend Demonic or whatever, he said that's probably how long it would take, and that's crazy, because especially when you're on a multiplayer and you're playing with randoms, that's not something, ideal. But I mean, if you're playing with a friend, then I guess it could work out. And if you want to get on top of the leaderboards, then that's cool. But sometimes it's a little dangerous, because you could waste a lot of time if, like, say someone times out, or people quit, and that's just something. If you get into a lobby like this is something you gotta know that's gonna happen, and that's the risk you take by going into a lobby like that. But yeah, so that's why you just play with friends usually. I don't know about the new map. This map is huge compared to other zombie maps, just because there's so many spaces, and you know, it's fun to play, but just like any of the other maps, Kino, when you play solo on that, it gets so repetitive because it's not like the actual game is hard, it's just, it takes forever. In comparison to World at War, where in solo, where they counted for the lead awards, and you could actually where am I going with this? You could like pause it, and I mean, the whole deal with solo in this game is that it's a little different. A lot of people don't like playing solo; they like playing with randoms, but for me, this solo is just, you know, you have all the control over everything, and I even think George goes down easier in solo. But what they did with this game, they actually made it difficult. They actually made the rounds increasingly difficult, which I don't think World at War did very well. I mean, they had, I know a lot of you guys in my Shino videos are like blown away by how many zombies there are in solo, but that's literally how they made it. They only put that many zombies at the end of the rounds, and I think here I mean, the amount of zombies and how fast they spawn, or I don't know everything that goes into how they exponentially increase the difficulty as the rounds go by, but those are some of the things: the amount of zombies, how fast they run, how hard they go down. I don't know all the other factors, but definitely in Black Ops Zombies is they definitely upped that up. They definitely made it a lot harder, and which I like, because I like the challenge. And I'm actually really glad that guy left right there, because I would have tried and gone safe, and I probably would have went down again. But the reason I like this area, like I said before, I like to kite them in the area where it's just the land part, but you got enough room to be able to move around, and if you need to go into the water to save yourself, then that's always an option. And if you got zombies coming from all the different directions, you can just move into the water and they will die quicker. I don't know how the specifics on that and how that works out, because I don't really I mean, I've seen them go down pretty easily, and that's just from my experience, and I have no actual facts about it, like if they go down faster, or it just appears to be that way, or and it even seems to be like they die in bulk when you shoot them. If you like shoot the first guy of your train in the water, and then they go down in bulk, they all explode or whatever, freeze away. But so I think this is the start of the round 25, and I'm showing you just how quickly they spawn and what I do. You don't want to shoot them until they actually all spawn, or as many of them as you can spawn. You gotta treat it like you have the Wunderwaffe and you're conserving ammo, which I'll also show later in this video, because I'll get the Wunderwaffe after we kill George again. But yeah, treat it like you gotta conserve ammo. So you see some of the biggest troubles, or things that could mess you up, is the guys spawning from the ground. It's happened to me a lot, where they'll get a big train of zombies, and then you gotta be really careful, because one mistake, one thing you get slipped up on, and you'll actually get attacked by all the zombies, and then you're down in 5 seconds. So running into things, running into other zombies spawning out of the ground, those are your biggest things to be worried about. And specifically for this map, I know you don't want to piss the director off, because that makes he like growls or whatever, and then he gets really angry, and then it'll actually keep you from moving for about like 2 or 3 seconds, and that could get you in trouble, because it'll pause you in the zombies. If you get keeping the zombies a little bit too close, then you're screwed. So just keeping enough distance from them, I don't have a specific best direction for which way I train them around this area. It's normally whichever way I feels most comfortable for me. I get out of that barely, but I mean left or right. And then the ray gun is there for if you get in trouble. And to be honest, it's probably better to run around in your circle with the ray gun and then pulling out your whatever other machine gun you have when you get in trouble, or when you want to shoot them. Just because the ray gun is there for when you get in trouble, and you can actually put gaps in the zombie train if you actually need to, which can't as easily be done with like my 74U that I've got. As far as guns go, once you get past like here, you're gonna need a ray gun or one of the wonder guns, I guess. The other guy who's kiting on the 74U spot, he's got the Wunderwaffe, and then we're gonna like trade. I think in the next clip that I show you. But yeah, so eventually, once you're at levels around this, it's gonna start getting difficult. People, if you're playing in a 4-player lobby, it's gonna start getting a little more challenging, and people are gonna start going down most likely. So what you want to do is just do your best to revive your teammates, just because it's the right thing to do. I mean, I like to do my best and try and revive people, because it's like a challenge to you, so you can challenge yourself to try and survive, and it's not selfish, and just because if you revive people, they're going to want to revive you when you go down, so it's just kind of that reciprocity kind of thing that I like to take into account when I'm playing zombies, which is kind of gay and everything, but that's just something that it's kind of expected from like my personality. I want people to revive me if I go down, and I don't want to at least make an effort, you know. Right here we're killing George again. I don't know the best way. There's tons of videos out there that tell you how to kill him. It's headshots. We didn't even have to use a scavenger. A lot of people say to use a scavenger.
A strange device for sure.
The Dragunov upgraded, going with headshots, supposedly works pretty well. Even sickling him, which probably takes a long time, but right here I got 6 perks and I got the Wunderwaffe, and so I'm gonna be training them. And I don't know how much gameplay I actually show of me training. I think I do this whole round. I tried to give you as much of me using different guns as possible. I think the other guy in the lobby has the scavenger now, so because you need the scavenger, because that's a one-shot kill for as far as I know. For as many rounds as I haven't seen it where it's not a one-shot kill. And then the Wunderwaffe is obviously a one-shot kill anywhere. I think right here I was about to send someone a message, but decided not to. That's another thing that gets you in trouble when you go on your network thing. You're gonna send someone a message, and then your friend kills the crawler, and you don't know they weren't supposed to kill the crawler until you're back, and then you go down and you lose all your perks, which I was afraid of doing, but because I had never gotten 7 perks before this game. Yeah, right there. That's when he gets angry and makes everyone pause, which is probably the most annoying thing. But so yeah, you can just loop around this water and wait till they all spawn. That is probably the most essential thing to do with a Wunderwaffe. You don't want to waste ammo on. You want to make sure you get the max amount of zombies every time, which I don't even know. I probably should know how many that is, but I think it's like, is it 15 or something, or maybe it's less, or it's around that number. So make sure you have at least that many before you shoot wasting ammo. What's pretty sweet about this is that you can get the max ammo with it, but I get hosed there. it's probably not the best to go around the back this way. It's probably just to stay in the water and stay on either the right or the left side. I would say the right is the best side, but if you switch from left to right, you get hit with guys spawning from either side. So you want them all to spawn in one area. And I guess he killed George again. This is I don't remember actually. I actually don't remember if he kills him or yeah, I guess he had to have killed him while I had the Wunderwaffe still, which is interesting. But I do have 7 perks, which is sweet because I had never done that before. Oh yeah, and here I skip ahead to where I actually lose the Wunderwaffe out of ammo. And so I'm back to having my 74U, my ray gun, which is annoying, and then the George director is still here, and so there's not a real benefit to killing him again unless you want the Wunderwaffe, which is crazy because, man, that's because like at 30 here it starts getting annoying and it starts getting repetitive. See, we're both over 1,000 kills. Me personally, I'm a little obsessed with my headshot ratio, so I don't really like using my ray gun because it's too easy. I like shooting them and getting a bunch of points. So one of my other goals was, well, my record before this was like 27, so that was my goal, to get past 27, and my other goal was to get past 1,000 kills, which I do. I think I mean, just going through this, it would be at least 3,000 kills to get past the record, I guess, on the leaderboard right now. So you see, I mean, even right here, it's killing the zombies, but it's not killing them, it's putting them into crawlers, and that's dangerous. So I just go this way because at this point I don't have a set pattern because they're all spawning at different times, and they're spawning quickly, and they're spawning in different areas, and you know, I'm just making sure my back is clear, because that's the biggest thing. You don't want to run into have your big train and then you're running into spawning zombies and then that kind of thing. So I don't even know why they put, this is kind of off topic, but I don't even know why they put Deadshot Daiquiri in there, because honestly, if I'm shooting for the head, I'm shooting at the head. I don't need something to auto aim me right to the head, which what I assume is what it does. I was thinking, I had this idea of a perk. It was kind of dumb. But I don't know what the future of this game is actually, just because zombies. I mean, not Black Ops. Black Ops is dead. But as far as like zombies go, because the new Modern Warfare game's coming out, and there's not going to be zombies for a while, is what I'm assuming, because Black Ops isn't going to make another map pack for this game when people are playing Modern Warfare. And supposedly Modern Warfare is having something like this, but to be honest, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as fun as what this has done. Like, this is like the staple of what, like, the world of whoever made World at War, this staple of their thing. I know that's not very technical, but yeah, like you just saw back there, that the death machine's not even killing them at all. It just I think they did a pretty good job of actually making the rounds harder. And you know, like I said, I mean, the higher you get, the more challenging it's going to get. Obviously, I guess that was pretty obvious, but self-explanatory. But so right here, he's got the upgraded VR11. This is pretty sweet. I heard rumors about this happening, being Insta-Kill, but I haven't actually been able to do that, and I think that's probably the best way to get far. But it does get a little hectic, because you have to actually directly hit the person, and that I think you'll see later, it's kind of hard to do, which is kind of stupid. I wish it was a lot easier to actually shoot the guy that you're trying to give Insta-Kill to, but just because if you have a machine gun, it takes forever to make these guys go down, even if it's upgraded. If I got it, I'm just blowing bullets into them. There's Insta-Kill. Max ammo is probably another issue that people have getting. They'll run out of ammo. But at this point, I got 136,000 points, and it's like, if we're able to save a crawler at this point, then I could just go to the box as many times as I want and drop my ray gun and then pick up another ray gun, no matter how many times it takes. And that's the luxury of building up as many points as you can in the early rounds, so that you don't get screwed later in the rounds, and so you have a lot of flexibility as far as what you want to do moving forward if you actually do want to go for the top spot on the leaderboards, which I think is actually kind of stupid, but it is kind of fun to have that ability to do that and get that far. It's kind of sucks that solo's been taken away from that opportunity to actually be on the leaderboards, but it's whatever. I'm just trying to think of some of the struggles that people have that I can address. Like, well, I definitely don't suggest PhD flopping, but I was getting bored and I was thinking of ways to kill them. I would definitely not suggest doing this, but especially like that when it goes dud. From what I've noticed, a lot of people go down around 20, and that's usually when I go down, around 20. But if you have two people, the best thing is just to get your own areas. That's what I prefer. I don't know if people are able to actually have two people in this training area, but I think it's a little crazy, just because it gets too hectic, and you run zombies into each other, your different trains into each other, and if you have them in two different areas, you have complete control over everything. And right here, this is our actual downfall. If I actually had my perks, I probably would have been able to get him with my quick revive, but I went down, and they were still coming, and I was gonna try and survive, which I probably could have. But as I loop around here, he actually says he has to go, so I'm like, just screw it, and then I give up. And then, yeah, right there, I had to make a decision about whether I was going to get Juggernaut or actually try and see if I can get him. And then I see the guy still spawning and coming up there, so I'm like, screw it. So I'm going to loop him around here. And the biggest thing to do when your person goes down is not to panic. This dude's got 17,000, which he had a ton of points before, but he wasted it all getting a gun. He probably went to the box like 30 times, and that's actually what makes the whole actual playing zombies take forever, is when you have a lot of people, or you have a crawler, and you actually like trying to rebuild stuff and get stuff. And right here, I try and go Rambo and PhD flop them without the actual perk. But that's it, guys. Hope you guys liked it. Leave a comment and tell me what you guys think about Shinonuma. Not Shinonuma. I'm losing it. Shangri-La, and I will see you guys later.